Hello and welcome to this quick afternoon stimulus package update. Today I'm covering where we're at with the next stimulus check, stimulus relief bill, some unemployment benefit news, and because so many of you requested it, I'm covering some stock market news at the end of this video. So let's get right into it. Republican members have hinted at some possible next stimulus package timeline updates. Today, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said the fifth relief bill will likely be in a month or so. As we know, the Senate is currently on a week-long Memorial Day break, so we already expected the next bill to be at least 2 weeks from now before we really see anything, and that was very best case scenario. So 1 month from now doesn't come as a huge surprise to me. This would land us at the end of June for a next stimulus package. However, other Republican members don't think that that timeline is even possible. Some are saying it could be as far out as before the August congressional recess for us to see another relief bill. Now that's quite a while. I know there's still a lot of funding from the CARES Act that's yet to be spent, but I think there's going to be a lot of pressure to get out a relief bill before then. That's just my personal opinion, especially with this increased unemployment supplement ending at the end of July. People are going to be asking for answers. I don't see it being that long, but I guess only time will tell exactly. I'll continue to give you guys updates on the timeline as soon as I find any updates. McConnell hasn't offered much of what will actually be included in the next bill, except that it must include liability protection for employers, as the business community warns about potential spikes in lawsuits as businesses reopen. This has been a topic that has just been covered and covered and covered that will be for sure on the next bill, so we won't be surprised if we see something like that. Moving on, in unemployment benefit news, and I'll make this extremely brief because I talked about this already today, many Democratic members are all for extending the increased $600 unemployment benefits through the end of the year. However, most Republican members are saying they don't want to extend it, they want to do away with it, or they're offering alternatives. One such alternative is that $450 a week return to work bonus. I have a whole video on this if you need more information on it. I'm not going to repeat myself on here, otherwise people will yell at me. But the news has just come out that the White House may actually back this idea, the $450 a week idea. Larry Kudlow of the Trump administration said they may well get behind the idea of a back-to-work bonus for workers in the next aid package. Now, I'm personally glad just to see that they're allowing more ideas to be at least considered. I think it's important to take in all the ideas, weigh the pros and cons, and then make a combination of the best of all the ideas. After posting my video on that idea earlier today, I do have some criticisms. I think overall, the idea is mostly good. However, the $450 a week proposal wouldn't do anything to help people who don't have a job to come back to whatsoever, because many people are on unemployment. Businesses have closed, or they're far slower, requiring less staff, and they have no job to come back to. What are they going to do? Also do nothing for workers who never went on unemployment, the essential workers. Both of these issues may be needed to be addressed in a future plan. So it's important to note that these are all just preliminary ideas right now, and I'm sure we'll see changes in the future as things actually come to fruition. So moving on, in stock market news, we had a fairly large surge in prices today. So if you have any stock holdings, you might want to log in and give a big smile at your daily gains, because personally, a few of my individual stocks were up more than 10% today. Some, I think the most was like 14% in a single day. So that's always nice to look at. The Dow Jones Industrial Average increased by 529 points, or a 2.2% increase, to end at 24,995. After trading at above 25,000 for a brief period in the day, which was the first time in quite a while. The S&P 500 rose 36 points, or 1.2%, to close at 2,991. This is the first time the S&P was over 3,000 in quite a while as well. So both of those kind of hit some benchmarks today. They both ended slightly below that, but that's still pretty exciting. So what was sparking this increase in stock prices, in excitement in the market today? Seems mostly to boil down to three things. Number one being confidence in the reopening of the economy. Many businesses are able to operate again, hire back on employees. They have some PPP loans that they can, afford to get people on even if revenues aren't quite as high. That means that the assumption is people will feel more confident and more comfortable to purchase more, helping out businesses, helping out large businesses in the stock market. The overall market confidence is a little bit higher. The second reason being that some Americans are feeling safe enough to travel again and to be in groups. I actually have a friend who's a flight attendant, and he said that his coworkers have been sending pictures of fairly full flights. And this is an excellent indication that the confidence of the market is overall going up. People are spending more money. People are willing to just be out in public. Finally, there's some rumors that a vaccine might come out earlier than expected. I'm personally very wary of this one because vaccines typically take multiple years to develop. I think it's personally a little soon to move the market needle because of this. And really, this brings up a good point about the market as a whole. The market or individual stocks are not always valued at true intrinsic value, and here's why. The markets are a voting machine, and most people make an investment because they think someone else will pay more for that investment later when they sell. So they cast their vote with their money. Most people do not take the time to attempt to measure the true value of an investment or the market as a whole. So on average, markets will exaggerate good or bad news. Are all the companies in the S&P 500 actually worth 1.2% more today than they were yesterday? No. But the market as a whole voted that they are because confidence has gone up. Should this dissuade you from making any investments? No, of course not. Eventually the economy is going to rebound. It's probably overall a good time to get into the markets. But it is important to just understand how things work. We could see another surge tomorrow, or we could see a dip. What really matters is the long-term trend. I'm talking like 5, 10, 20 years. Yes, it's always exciting to open up my portfolio and see, 10% plus increases on individual stocks, but I know that's not actually realized gains. If I were to take that out today, yeah, sure, I'd receive 10%, but I don't make investments to take out the money the next day. The thing that really matters is what it's worth in like 40 years from now, and as a whole, the market will trend upwards in that period of time. So if you're new to investing, I recommend testing out Webull to get your portfolio going. I know you've probably heard this on all sorts of channels, so I'll be real brief about this. If you want to get a couple free stocks and help out this channel, you can use my link in the description below. You'll get 2 stocks valued between $12 and $1,400 once you deposit $100 into your account. So that's pretty exciting. You get a couple free stocks. That might be the first stocks you've ever owned. If you guys land any free high-ticket stocks from this promotion, make sure you message me because that'd be really cool to hear about. I'd be excited for all of you. And until next time, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.